What up, yo? My name is Rob Villanueva, and 13 years ago, yes, 13 years ago, on January 25th, 2012, I uploaded my very first YouTube video on this channel. And the clip was about Tyler Perry talking about achieving success and talking about his beliefs and his focus and how he was planting seeds and just trusting God with the rest. That was 13 years ago. Yes, 13 years ago. And feel free to check out the clip. I'll make sure to put it at the end of this video, and I'll leave the link on the description here. But 13 years ago, my one and only video on this channel that I published. And that was then, but life happened. You know, why it took this long to come back, I don't know. But what I do know is that I didn't necessarily disappear because I failed. I disappeared because I was still becoming, you know, feel me? Like I was going through personal battles. I went through an identity shift. You know, I went from being 250 to then now weighing 200. I went through all these challenges, and we could all relate to that, right? We all go through seasons of doubts. We go through seasons of rebuilding. And these lessons, I couldn't have taught those things myself, right? I had to live it to then teach it or then talk about it. And here I am 13 years later, choosing to post a second video on this channel, not because of one particular thing, but it really was like, because why not? Because if I know one thing, I know that growth doesn't care about timelines. Purpose doesn't necessarily have an expiration date, and your story is always still going. There's no time ticket to that. And just because you pause doesn't mean your story has to as well. So if you're here for the first time, welcome to Grow Your Brand. This channel isn't necessarily about branding and personal branding, but it's more about how do you take your personal brand and tie it into your personal growth. Here we believe that brand is just more than a logo. It's not your followers. It's not your highlights of your good days. Your brand is the essence of who you are. It's your true identity, who you are today and who you're choosing to become. Your brand is your habits, your values, your discipline, your integrity. All of it shapes who your identity is. Like my philosophy is very simple. It is grow your brand and you will grow your life. And the mission of this channel is to help reprogram your perception of how you see things, of how you see life. It's to see your struggles differently. It's to see your failures differently. It's to see yourself in the mirror very differently than how you may see yourself today. So I want to take a moment to run through Tyler Perry's first ever video that I posted here, but not necessarily to repeat his message to you, but more so to translate it, because Tyler's message wasn't about business alone. It was about alignment in life. And that's more relevant today more than ever. So one of the most powerful things that Tyler Perry said in this video was this: all you can do is plant the seed and water it.
You can plant seeds all day long. You can go around giving your business card to people. You can go around knocking on doors and auditioning. You can do all of that every day of your life. And nothing, for most people, nothing happens. When a seed is planted in the ground, all you can do is water it. You cannot control the sunshine, you cannot control the weather, and you cannot control whether the locusts will come and try and destroy it. All you can do is plant your seed in the ground, water it, and believe. That is what allowed me to be in this position right now.
You can't control the sunshine. You can't control the rain. God gives the increase. That right there is the foundation to everything. Most people are obsessed with outcomes. They want attention right away. They want followers. They want money. They want recognition and validation. But growth doesn't start with outcomes. It starts with the inputs. Your habits are the seeds. Your thoughts are the seeds. Your daily actions are the seeds. And all of it is nurturing. And the hard truth to all this is that a lot of people want the fruit from the seed they've never planted, or even worse, they want to plant one seed today, then lose doubt, right away. They want to then start to plant another tomorrow and then lose doubt again. And then they'll be like, I want to plant another one next week. And then they wonder why nothing is growing because they're all over the place. And in my Grow Your Brand framework, it is about identity before visibility. Before you chase attention, you have to know who you are. Before you chase success, you have to build consistency. Before you chase results, you have to commit to the process. Growth is boring before it is beautiful, all at the same time, because it is happening in real time. You just have to pay closer attention to what needs watering the most. Tyler also talked about this one thing called focus.
My only idea, my only focus was to do my one play. And I knew if I could get that to work, everything else would come to pass. There's so many people who go in so many directions. Those kind of people are all over the place, and I usually try to get them to focus. Focus on one thing, one area. Put all of your energy into watering one area. If you spread the water across many seeds, you don't have as much water for one seed.
He said most people are everywhere. And we've all experienced that, right? We all been there before, either ourselves or we know someone that has either been like, yo, this week I'm going to focus on real estate. And then next week they'd be like, I'm going to focus on crypto. And then they'd be like, I'm going to create a new podcast. And then all of a sudden they're launching a clothing brand. I know you know some people like that, but I can tell you for sure that was me. I was all over the place. And what I've learned is that scattered energy creates a shallow result. And what you got to realize is that focus is not about limitation. Focus is about respecting your energy. When you focus on one thing long enough, it sharpens you in a way where you see the creation happen right in your own very eyes. It also reveals your weakness when you focus on something long enough, because it forces you to grow. You have no choice, right? And in today's world, especially with social media and in this era now with AI, distractions are now dressed up as opportunities. But discipline, that is still your edge. And in the Grow Your Brand terms, this means that focus is your true alignment. When your values and your actions and your goals are all aligned, momentum naturally follows. And here's the part most people don't like to hear, and is that fact that if you keep quitting on yourself, you're teaching your mind that you can't be trusted. And if you can't trust yourself, that means you can't trust God. If you believe in God, that means you have to believe in yourself. So focus rebuilds self-trust. When you check out the video yourself, you'll notice that Tyler Perry also talked about how he wasn't confident in himself. Every year, he was concerned about people showing up to his projects or to his shows. He was also unsuccessful with how he was saving money, and he was seeing it all disappear. He didn't feel validated being told no over and over again. And belief wasn't a mode for him. Like, it was a decision he had to make in order to progress. This is where self-awareness comes in. Most people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they don't understand themselves. And I hope you know what I'm talking about here. Most people, they don't know what drains them. They don't know what triggers them. They don't know what, or they don't know why they quit when things feel uncomfortable. And self-awareness is the first step to growth. I'm gonna say it again. Self-awareness is the first step to growth. Why, you ask? Well, because you can't fix what you refuse to face. You can't fix what you refuse to face. And in my own personal life, my own journey, I realized that growth didn't come with the wins. They came with my own reflections from asking myself the hard questions, as in, why do I react this way? Why do I avoid this? Why does it matters to me so much? And I had to come to the understanding that belief deepens when self-awareness increases. Okay, so here's what I want to frame for you today, and I want you to walk away with this. Your personal brand is built offline before even it's seen online. You have to build your brand offline before it is seen online. Remember that. Your brand is built, and I'm referring to your personal brand, right? Your personal brand is your personal life, but that is built on how you show up when no one's watching, how you handle rejection, how you stay consistent when you're tired and it's not fun no more. That's branding. Branding is reputation built on consistency. It is where growth is dependent on your discipline. And when your growth is dependent on your discipline, this is where you grow your confidence. And when you grow your confidence, you grow your influence. And when you grow your influence, especially when you build it with integrity, that's when you grow your impact. That's it right there. It's not about going viral. It's not about how many likes or how many followers you got. It is simply about going deep inside yourself so that way you can find your soul to translate in the projection of what your message is for the people watching on the other side. So I'll just wrap up with this. 13 years ago, I shared a video about success. And today, I'm sharing a video about perspective. If you're watching this and you've been doubting yourself, maybe you feel like you've been left behind, or you feel like you've missed your window, and whatever it is, business, social media, life, whatever it is, let me be the one to tell you that you haven't. You're here. You woke up this morning. You're able to watch this video. You're able to plant a new seed, and you're able to water it daily. So trust the process and know that you don't need to become someone else to grow. You just need to become more honest with yourself to who you already are. This is grow your brand. This is grow your life. And this is just the beginning of your greatness. So thank you for giving me your time. I'm going to be showing up here more frequently, more consistently from here on out. So if this message resonated with you, do me a favor, like the video, subscribe so the YouTube algorithm knows that I'm back 13 years later. I'll see you in the next one. Peace, love, and blessings.